The tough part for us, the giveaways were careless. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, those are things that we got to be better. And then we had obviously the one on the long drive there in the second half. So then they got going with their run game, which they do best. But I really felt like our guys had a chance to go win this today, and the game got away from them. And like you said, I think your question was the answer. I mean, -4, you can't win games like that. You can't even stay in games, -4. And if you look at the way we played the last, 5 weeks or so, that's our formula to win. And it was the formula to lose today.
Cooper's played well, played solidly, taking care of football last 2 weeks. Can you just talk about the first turnover, then the last one, throwing deep on 3rd and 7 that allowed them to get the last turnover?
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely decisions that, you look at and it's not where we wanted to be there. That's for sure.
On the 3rd and 1, the deep pass to Mingo, they got picked off. You talked about, was the route not right? Or what
No, it wasn't picked off. It looked like the wind. Yeah, no, I understand. It looked like the wind got it a little bit, and felt like we had an opportunity to get on top. He did get on top, so it's unfortunate.
Mike Tyler with ESPN, Saquon top 2,000 yards today. Can you talk about what that means in terms of NFL history? And was it a case of just them wearing you down there a little bit because you guys are on the field so much?
Well, like I said, that's the best thing they do. And when you're playing downhill like that, I think it's definitely helpful. And that's they really got going. I thought our defense did a good job in the first half. The run defense was where it needed to be. Because really the points were off of our giveaways. But yes, the 2 long drives in the 3rd quarter, and really in the 4th quarter. So he's obviously having a tremendous year.
How much could you tell when you were calling plays out there that how much more difficult was it not having CD out there?
We knew that. I mean, we knew it was going to be a different game, with the plan this week. So, yeah, but we never really, to be honest with you, we didn't really get to some of the things we'd hoped to get to. The plan was to play with favorable sticks. I felt that the way they called the defense, they were going to try to make us go the long way. They didn't play aggressive at all, and we gave them the ball, and so it obviously was a good plan for them. But felt good about the run plan coming in here, and I thought Rico did. Had some really good runs there, and the run blocking unit was productive. But yeah, we can't. I mean, it's hard to win games, especially if you're, -2. And really the first half was where it kind of got away from us right there at the end. And then, once they got the run game going, and then we had the 4th turnover. So, but yeah, passing game wise, it wasn't, I wouldn't really say that we stressed them a whole lot, schematically. But, we really wanted to stay in a healthy run pass ratio, and once again we got behind and the game changed.
Okay. Tim Callis on Dallas Morning News. The team is going to finish with a losing record, and you've not had many of them in Green Bay or Dallas. What do you take away from that?
Oh, I mean, ask me that in 8 days. I just want to. I'm here to finish the race. That's my mindset, and that's the team's mindset. Have not.
Hey, Mike, Patrick Walker, Cowboys.com. Obviously, you guys already had depth issues at cornerback going into this game. It got worse in AO going to IR. When you see the opposing team targeting a guy like Andrew Booth, from a coaching standpoint, do you as them try to reset him at some point during the game, or do you let him kind of try to work through it organically?
I mean, there's communication going on all the time, regardless of if it was a productive play or a negative play. So yeah, I mean, there's obvious communication. I mean, they, obviously got after him, and you can't cloud up every single play, especially with the strength of their offense is running the football, and the strength is Saquon, the way he's rolling. So you're going to have to play some one high, and our guys know they got to stay on the upfield shoulder, and we didn't get that done.
David, and finish with Clarence. Mike, I know you said you're disappointed with this, and the fact you had turned around the turnovers doesn't mean it's going to be were you a little surprised, especially after the first half you had and how you responded to the pick six, that it evolved into the sort of game it did?
Was I surprised?
Yeah, I mean, again, just from, they seem to be fighting through it, and even after that early.
No, I thought we responded exactly how you were supposed to respond to the pick six. You know, we got the ball, marched right down the field and scored. So, you know, but, you know, those giveaways were avoidable, you know, and that's, you know, it's just like every positive play, every negative play, you know, you evaluate it because that's the only way you truly have a true evaluation. So, you know, the result is what, as we know, is what matters, you know, and that's why we're sitting here with the record that we have. But at the end of the day, you're going to have those type of plays go against you, but they can't be self-inflicted. You know, those giveaways were self-inflicted.
You went to trade late. Did you think about going to it earlier?
I did the series before, yeah. So.
And you looking next week?
Oh, I don't. Yeah, Clarence, I'm not there yet.
So Mike McCarthy, visibly frustrated, but still focused on ending the race, is what he said, finishing the race strong and having some level of output going into that final matchup against Washington next week. Barry Church, Nate Newton, Isaiah Stanback. I'm Kyle Yeomans. Barry, I'll start with you on this one. Mike McCarthy talking about how the turnover margin was significant. Yeah. I know that played a big factor. Was that the biggest factor in this loss to Philadelphia?
I would have to say it is. I mean, you're going into this game knowing that you're outmatched. You know, all the talent, physicality, whatever the case may be, Philly has a better team than you do this year. So you're going to have to go into that game and not have self-inflicting wounds. You're not going to have penalties. I believe they had 8 for 69. Yeah. And then I also believe they lost the turnover battle. And we talked about this all year long. You lose the turnover battle, you lose the game. That's been the recipe for success for the Cowboys during this little win streak they've had, but they weren't able to capitalize or weren't able to get the job done today in Philadelphia.
You have to win time of possession when you have a team that's better than you on both sides of the ball. You have to score touchdowns, not field goals, when you're playing a team that is better than you on both sides of the ball. And the Cowboys did not do that today.
They got beat down. I mean, so you talk about the turnover ratio, you talk about the time of possession. As soon as you get a pick six early on against a team that you already know is better than you and that you already know is an uphill battle, it's deflating. I'm just being 100% with you. It is very deflating to go in there knowing you're about to face a giant in Philadelphia Eagles, and then you go and you give them a pick six right off the bat. That's hard to overcome. And then when you finally start getting momentum going again, boom, ball gets popped out by Ferguson. At that point in time, you continue to fight, but the writing's on the wall.
And that's the case. And all of it kind of goes back to the way this season has unfolded. And nobody's going to give a pass for injuries. Mm-hmm. Nobody's going to give a pass for a 7-9 record. I mean, it is what it is. And you saw the 7-9 team today. Yeah. Of course, you've won 4 of your last 5 games. You've played better down the stretch. You were within a couple plays in that Cincinnati game of being in playoff contention. Not the case going into this one, of course, but you saw the 7-9 team on the field in Week 17. When we come back, we're going to hear from C takes to the podium at Lincoln Financial Field after a tough one for Dallas.
Yeah, we got man across the board with kind of a whole player. I need to see it if 8 was the whole player or 53 was, I don't know. But 8 obviously came off of it, made a good play. We got kind of a read route there by Cooks, and just got to work through that one.
Just as a follow-up to that, you guys bounce back from that pick six. You march right down the field, you get a touchdown, and then the game kind of offensively started to kind of get away from you with the deep interception and the missing deep. Just talk about how you have to overcome that going into the regular season finale and trying to get past that miss.
Yeah, I think we were definitely proud of just going right down, marching on the field, and getting a touchdown to follow that. That was huge for our team and huge for the offense. And we felt like we could move the ball kind of all day. We just kept stopping ourselves with turnovers, and that's the name of the game. 2-3 plays here and there. They don't always happen, in the final minute to decide a game. Sometimes 2 or 3 early can flip a game, get it going, and then you get down and they have what they got over there. And so, yeah, we knew that going in. We just couldn't turn it over.
You talking about the decisions on the 2 interceptions, certainly the first one and then the 3rd and 7, deep ball to Cooks.
Yeah, first one, man across the board. 8 just fell off. Made a good play. I mean, veteran safety. We had an option route with the Cooks there, and I just got to work through that one. Yeah.
Tim Calshaw, Dallas Morning News. You don't have a ton of interceptions in your starts, but you have 5 in this stadium. You just chalk that up to 2 bad days, or their defense, or what?
Yeah, just like I said, it's just a few plays. You know, a lot of you have a lot of good plays, but for whatever reason, the stadium, I guess, I don't know. Maybe I don't subconsciously green. I don't know something, but no, it's frustrating, especially when we've been playing well. We haven't been turning over, giving our defense, what they need, and you do that versus a good football team. It's very challenging.
Anyone else?
So you see the stat line there from Cooper Rush, 15 of 28 passing, had the 2 interceptions, one of which for a pick 6, the other one to the same guy who had the pick 6, and C.J. Gardner-Johnson and what he brought to the table. Isaiah, I'll start with you on this one. What did you see from Cooper today?
I saw him miss some throws. I saw him, obviously, early on. He just referenced the turnover that he had early to Gardner-Johnson, where he said that he fell off. I know when he'll go back and have opportunity to look at the all 22, he was just sitting there, right? Robber, spy, whatever, a rap player, whatever you guys want to refer to it as. That's where Gardner-Johnson was. He just didn't see the guy. And there were some other throws that were going to be critical for the offense's production later on in the game that he just missed, right? Some big play. There was a big touchdown that he missed by overthrowing it. And he didn't play a great game. I'll just call it like it is. He didn't play a great game, and here's some plays that he's going to want back, throws he wants back, and decisions.
Yeah, he's definitely going to want some of those throws back. I mean, when you look at it the past 5 games, he's been pretty consistent as far as taking care of the football. I mean, 9 touchdowns to just 1 interception. We talked about it in the pregame. He's always going to give his team an opportunity to win games. But in this game, I know he's going against one of the best defenses in the National Football League, but you can't turn the football over like that, especially when you're outmatched. And the way, those footballs were turned over, it was just very uncharacteristic. I mean, like you just mentioned, Gardner-Johnson was sitting in the robber, sitting right in the window, and Cooper just, let it go. Like he just predetermined, I'm throwing this ball to this space no matter what's going on. And then we saw the second interception downfield where there was 3 Eagles there that could have intercepted that pass. So to me, this was a very uncharacteristic-like game for Cooper Rush out there, and he has to get better in order to give this team an opportunity to win.
It wasn't like there was pressuring him the whole wasn't no pressure.
Correct.
Yeah. Like you said, he predetermined where he was throwing the ball, and the last one he just let it fly.
Yeah.
His arm ain't that big anyway, and he tried to let it fly, and it didn't happen. It just wasn't a day for Cooper Rush.